Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jinzo&Tonic channel. I have something quite cool to show you today. A lot of people have been asking me over the last couple of months just about my deck boxes, funny enough. So like all of us, we obviously collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards or other forms of card games, and we all store them in various deck boxes, and I thought, like, hey, why not share mine and maybe give some advice on if you're looking for certain deck boxes in the market, vice versa and all of that. So I like to get a different type of deck box for every deck I can, just because I'm weird like that, I suppose. You can do whatever you want. If you want all of them to be the same, you can do that. If you want them all to be different, whatever. So I'm going to take you through my different deck boxes. And yeah, so to start off, let's go with my latest one. I got this from my locals. It's actually for Final Fantasy. It's got the Final Fantasy logo on it. Final Fantasy. But you know what? It doesn't actually flipping care. Because it doesn't even matter. Because it does exactly what you want it to do. It holds your cards. It keeps it safe. And this one actually comes, as you can see it here, it comes with a little holder for your dice. Which I thought was quite cool. So you can just clip it back on. And you can also put your favorite card, whatever you want in here. Obviously I put Jinzo, just to take a look at. It's quite solid, you can see. Give it a shake, protects your cards quite well. I've got my Chaos deck from last week in here with my Jinzo sleeves. Shout out to my sponsor, Your Playmat. If you want 10% of your own custom sleeves, 10% off, go take a look at the description below. Once again, shout out to Your Playmat, very cool. So yeah, Final Fantasy deck box. Out of a rating out of 10, I would probably say 7. I would prefer this to be just a little bit more sturdy, but it does the job, and I can keep it separate and it still works. But yeah, 7 out of 10, maybe 6, 7 out of 10. My next one is an Ultimate Guard deck box that I just found out recently that they stopped making. And I'll show you why and what made this one so special. So if I touch it here and move it off, it's got like heat. So it changes color with heat, which is I thought was quite cool. But apparently they were overheating in the summertime, can you believe it? And then they weren't going back to their original color. So I got a green one that turns to light green. I was lucky to keep it quite cool. Yeah, it's awesome. So you actually can't find these anymore. So if you find one, if you have some at your locals, I would highly suggest getting it. An amazing deck box, got magnets in here. I keep my 2004 deck in here. So very, very beautiful. So Ultimate Guard know what they're doing. Shout out to them. If they want to sponsor me, I wouldn't say no. Very, very cool. Next is Dragon Shield. I've actually badly customized this. I painted it with chalk paint, but the deck box does what it needs to do. It's actually probably one of my favorite deck boxes. Oh, sorry, the last one. I would say 8 out of 10, 8, 9 out of 10. I can't say it's perfect because if it overheats one day, it's going to break. But it's perfect. This one here, Dragon Shield, amazing. I mean, it does what it needs to do. Very solid, hard plastic. I mean, flip, I dropped it once and it just cracked a bit. So like really, really just solid deck box. It keeps my Go Control deck in here with all the fusions. Fusions are in green, so highly recommend. Also 8, 9 out of 10. Hey, this is a very, very cool deck box. Very solid. I would actually get all of them like that if I wanted to keep all my deck boxes the same. Next, let's go for more of a basic one. Twin case. Another Ultimate Guard. This is probably the most basic one I have. But it's a It's a basic double one, so I have 2 decks in here. Also goats. I only play goats, guys. You should know that by now. Got my tokens in here with them. Yeah, very cool deck box. It's nice if I keep this deck box if I go to like a friend's house and they want to play goats, and I'll maybe move another deck box into this, and then we can just like jam 2 decks that are quite similar. I would say with this deck box, man, probably a 6. It's a good deck box, but it's nothing special. I mean, it can break very easily. It's just nice for being able to take 2 decks box in like 1 box, really. Cool, moving on. Pokemon deck box. Once again, this is not Ultimate Guard, this is Ultra Pro, their competitor. I'm a massive fan of Pokemon. Don't know if any of you know that. I would love to actually just play competitive Pokemon online. But Edo Pro and Dueling Book are free. We're playing Pokemon online. There's getting cards is just a mission, dude. I don't want to have to do all of that. If any of you want to sponsor me a deck, or we can play sometime, give me a shout. Very keen on that. But yeah, deck box, very cool. Love it. It keeps a deck profile that I'm actually going to share with you next week. So stay tuned. Very cool deck. Yeah, so this deck box, love it. Love Ultra Pro. 7 out of 10. Very solid. Finally, well, 2 more deck boxes. I won this one back in South Africa. I think it was a regional, 2016, 17, can't really remember. I no longer use, obviously, the deck that was in it. I've got the sleeves as well. This is my Monarch deck that I seriously need to give an update. But yeah, going back to the deck box, absolutely love it. Can't really go wrong. I mean, geez, now I'm trying to get the cards back in. There we go. Once again, magnets. Magnets are key, dude. Love magnets. Any deck box with magnets. It's really soft. I think you can find these on eBay. I highly suggest trying to get one. So yeah, drop it. Nice padding. Shake it. Not a lot of wiggle room. 9.5 out of 10, I would say. Probably my favorite deck box. And finally, I've got a lot of compliments on this deck box. It's made from black fire. So it's actually for Magic. But once again, dude, all deck boxes, they do the same thing. So it's got a little a life counter here. It's got a Cthulhu. So this is the Cthulhu edition. You get other ones. Check out the site. So I got this from my locals back home in South Africa, and they were having trouble selling it because you have to build it yourself. And what I mean by building it yourself is you honestly need to just go out to your like local hardware store, buy some wood glue, and you just stick it together and you just glue it together. It's very simple. Took me like 5-10 minutes, and then you have this sweet deck box. It comes with tokens, and on the front you can shift your card. So whatever favorite card or sleeve you want to display, you can display it on the front. And then I don't know if you can see that, it shows there. Very cool deck box. I highly recommend this. I love, like I said, different deck boxes. This one has got a problem with this coming a little bit loose, which is a bit frustrating. But I just honestly need to tighten it. I've just been lazy. Very cool deck box. I would say 8 out of 10. I really want to get a metal deck box. I'm struggling to find them online. I've googled. A lot of them are just sold out, which is a bit frustrating. But yeah, guys, these are my deck boxes. I would say this is probably about 7 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Only because of the bulkiness, really, it's huge. But if you're a Magic the Gathering player, highly recommend. Huge space. I even got some silica in here just to keep my cards nice and protected. And yeah, man, if you guys have any recommendations for deck boxes, please let me know in the comments below. Once again, shout out to my sponsor, Your Playmat. And guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Cheers.
Thank you.